Are you feeling uneasy about where things stand with your partner? Ever catch yourself questioning if they're really the one? Get ready, because today I'm revealing the 5 key signs that your relationship might already be over. These signals aren't just subtle hints, they're big, clear, red flags. When we talk about feeling like yourself in a relationship, it's about truly being able to relax, be authentic, and express who you are without filtering or adjusting parts of yourself to fit someone else's expectations. Think about your friendships or family relationships. Ideally, you can be entirely yourself, comfortable in your skin, open and genuine. Now, if you find yourself unable to do that with your partner, it's a significant indicator that something's amiss. This isn't about occasional nerves or moments of hesitation, which are normal in any new or developing relationship. Instead, it's a persistent sense of restriction, a constant second-guessing of what's okay to say or do, wondering if your real thoughts, feelings, or actions might disrupt the relationship's fragile balance. When you feel this way, you're likely adjusting your personality, words, or actions to maintain peace or avoid confrontation, and that's a slippery slope. Over time, constantly editing yourself creates a divide between who you are and who you're becoming for the sake of the relationship. This divide not only erodes your sense of self, but also builds up internal resentment. Every time you suppress a part of yourself, you're storing that frustration somewhere, and it doesn't just disappear. That energy compounds, and eventually it can lead to explosive arguments, unexpected outbursts, or a slow, painful drift as you struggle to remember who you are outside the relationship. The longer you continue trying to maintain harmony by sacrificing authenticity, the more you might feel lost. Now let's go further into communication. This is about more than just speaking to one another. It's about feeling secure in how, when, and why you reach out. Think about the energy you're putting into communication with your partner. Are you waiting for them to reach out first? Are you worried they'll interpret your messages the wrong way, or that they'll see a casual good morning text as being too needy? Maybe you're watching the read indicator, waiting for it to flip on so that you know they've seen your message and feeling a pang of anxiety if they don't respond immediately. This kind of hyper-awareness and stress around communication is telling. In a healthy relationship, communication feels safe and open. You don't spend your time decoding their every word, action, or inaction. Instead, you feel a balance. If you reach out, you trust they'll respond in their own time and in a way that acknowledges your efforts. Healthy communication should leave both people feeling seen, heard, and valued. But in a situation where you're constantly analyzing and trying to read between the lines, it becomes more about survival than true connection. You're no longer sharing yourself freely, but rather rationing out communication carefully, hoping not to disrupt whatever rhythm you think you've found. This dynamic forces you to withhold rather than express, turning what should be a comfortable exchange into a guessing game that chips away at genuine closeness. Constantly questioning the status of your relationship is another heavy burden. You might wonder whether you're exclusive if they feel the same depth of connection, or even if they think of you as a significant part of their life. These questions can take over your mind, creating an undercurrent of doubt that follows you even in happy moments. It's as if a small voice inside is always asking, "Is this real?" Or do they feel the same way? In stable, fulfilling relationships, both partners understand where they stand, even if those discussions happen organically over time. But if you're constantly questioning your place, it suggests there's a lack of security that goes beyond the natural uncertainty of early dating phases. It suggests that you're not getting the emotional reinforcement you need to feel solid in the relationship. Maybe you've considered introducing them to your family or close friends, but hesitate because you're not sure if they'd even want to take that step. Maybe you hold back from inviting them to important events because you're uncertain about the status between you two. When a relationship's foundation is strong, you feel confident about integrating each other into different aspects of your life, sharing in experiences and building a life together. But in a relationship that lacks that clarity, you end up feeling isolated, unable to make future plans or envision shared milestones. This leads to a strange limbo where the future of the relationship is always a question mark, leaving you on edge and anxious, unsure if your efforts are invested in something lasting or temporary. Then there's the feeling of irritation. In the beginning, every little quirk of your partner might have seemed adorable, like charming idiosyncrasies that added flavor to the relationship. But over time, those same quirks can begin to feel more like sandpaper on your skin, constantly rubbing in a way that feels increasingly intolerable. Maybe they have a habit of leaving dishes out or texting at odd hours without much context. What once might have been cute can become genuinely frustrating when deeper issues are at play. This irritation often reflects an underlying dissatisfaction or a sense that you're giving more to the relationship than you're receiving. Annoyance isn't a problem if it's occasional, but if it's building into a frequent or daily reaction, there's often more at play. It could be your subconscious way of distancing yourself, signaling to you that the relationship isn't providing the joy and connection it once did. You may even begin to dread interactions. You'll see their name pop up on your phone and feel a sinking feeling instead of excitement. If this is the case, it's essential to recognize that dread as your intuition speaking. This feeling doesn't emerge from nowhere. It's a response to consistently unmet needs and lingering resentment. When the excitement fades and is replaced by something closer to obligation or even frustration, it's an indicator that you're staying in the relationship more out of habit or duty than genuine affection or connection. Lastly, we get to shared values. Think about the core aspects of who you are and what matters to you. These could be your beliefs, goals, routines, passions, or even the people you care about most. If you find yourself adjusting these areas to better align with your partner, attending events you don't enjoy, modifying your schedule, or even changing long-held values, that's a problem. Of course, compromise is part of any relationship, but there's a difference between healthy adjustments and losing your identity. Are you skipping the gym because your partner isn't into fitness, even though it used to be a big part of your life? Are you avoiding time with certain friends because they don't click with your partner? Are you giving up hobbies or interests that once made you happy just to spend more time doing things your partner prefers? Losing yourself in someone else's world will only lead to resentment and a sense of emptiness. When values clash or aren't respected, one partner often ends up feeling secondary, as though their desires and identity are less important. If this imbalance continues, it's likely that one person will begin to feel diminished, unable to pursue what genuinely matters to them. This kind of sacrifice can feel necessary in the moment, like a gesture of love or compromise, but over time it wears you down. Your core values and passions are part of what make you who you are. And a healthy relationship should nurture those aspects rather than demand their sacrifice. You might even feel a sense of freedom when you're away from your partner. Imagine going out with friends, laughing, and being yourself without having to worry about adjusting your behavior. If this experience feels like a relief, then it's likely that being with your partner is restricting you in ways that aren't healthy. That sense of relief is your true self resurfacing, reminding you of the person you are when you're not bending or adapting to meet someone else's expectations. In a fulfilling relationship, there's a balance. Yes, you enjoy spending time together and aligning parts of your life, but not at the expense of your core identity. Relationships are meant to enhance, not reduce you. And this brings us back to the difference between chemistry and compatibility. Chemistry is that initial spark, the rush, the excitement that brings two people together. It's thrilling, sometimes even overwhelming, but it's also fleeting. It burns bright but fast, like a match that eventually flickers out. Compatibility, on the other hand, is sustainable. It's rooted in mutual respect, shared values, and a genuine desire to see each other grow and succeed. When you're compatible, you and your partner bring out the best in each other, encouraging personal growth without compromising individuality. In compatible relationships, you don't just survive together, you thrive, individually and collectively. Both people feel free to be themselves, knowing they're accepted and valued for who they are. There's a sense of stability that doesn't come from controlling or adjusting each other, but from a natural alignment in goals, values, and life outlooks. If you resonate with these signs, it's crucial to reflect deeply on what you want and need from a relationship. Each sign, losing yourself, constant communication anxiety, questioning your relationship's future, feeling increasingly annoyed, and sacrificing core values, is a reminder that you deserve more. You deserve a partner who values you, who encourages your personal growth, who makes you feel safe in your communication, and who aligns with your values, bringing out the best in you without asking you to sacrifice the essence of who you are. Relationships are complex, and it's natural to have ups and downs, but the overarching trend should be one of growth, support, and joy, not self-doubt, frustration, and sacrifice. And so, if these points resonate, take them as an invitation to reevaluate what you're holding on to and consider whether it's truly nurturing your well-being. You deserve a love that lets you shine, one where both you and your partner bring out the best in each other.